Good evening, guys, and welcome to today's video where, where I'm doing a standalone lesson looking at how to work out the perpendicular lines of straight line graphs. Right, guys, this video was recorded on Wednesday the 16th of June 2021, and today's video is looking at how to work out a perpendicular gradient to a line given its gradient. Okay, so I've got 12 examples here actually, and our target is to go through all of them. Okay, now before I start, I've made a video for parallel lines, so I made that yesterday. So go and check that out. Yeah, if you're not too sure on how to work out parallel lines, but in today's video, it's just looking at perpendicular lines and how to work out perpendicular lines. Now the rule is that the product of the gradients has to equal -1. So to work out the perpendicular gradient, it's the negative reciprocal, so it's the flip version, and I change the sign to negative. If it's negative, then it becomes positive. If it's positive, it becomes negative, and vice versa. But the rule is it's n times -1 over n equals -1, with the exception of n being 0, because I can't work out the reciprocal of 0. Okay, because I can't do 1 divided by 0. It doesn't give me a definite answer. Okay, question 1. So I've got the gradient of a line sheet, m equals 2. The perpendicular gradient sheet is going to be the negative reciprocal, so it's going to be -1/2. So sorry if it's not very clear actually. So it should be -1/2. Okay, for the first one. Question 2, m equals 5. So the gradient of a line is 5. The perpendicular gradient is going to be the negative reciprocal, so it's the inverse, and then it's going to become a minus sign, so -1/5. So remember that 2 times -1/2 is -1. 5 times -1/5 is -1. So there are ways to check your answer. M is -7, so the negative reciprocal is going to be 1/7, because it's going to be 1 over -7. 2 minuses make a positive, so I get 1/7. For question number 4, guys, I've got m is -1,810, so the perpendicular gradient sheet is going to be 1 over 1,810, and I would leave my answer as a fraction because then it makes it a bit easier. That times its inverse gives us -1, okay? Question number 5, -1/8 for the gradient sheet, so it's going to be the negative reciprocal, so the perpendicular gradient is going to be 8. The next one, m is -2/5, so flipping that, I'm going to get 5/2. -2/5 times 5/2 is -1. Okay, so timesing a fraction by its reciprocal gives us 1 essentially, but obviously for -1, one of them has to be a negative sign, because a negative times a positive has to equal a negative. Okay, question number 7. So we got 1/3, so the perpendicular gradient is going to be -3. Okay, so it's the flip version, so flip it, I get 3/1. Obviously it's going to be -3/1, which is just -3. Number 8, 1/17, so flip that and negate it, so I get -17. Question 9, m is 11/8, so I flip it and make it a negative, so I get -8/11. Okay, so 11/8 times -8/11 gives us -1. And the last few now, m is -7/4, so when I flip that and negate it, well, it's currently a negative, so it becomes a positive. Okay, so I get 4/7. Okay, so I flipped that version and made it positive, because that times that has to give me -1. That's currently negative, that's a positive, so my answer is going to be a negative. Question 11, which is a bit more trickier, I've put a gradient as a surd, so m equals √7. The perpendicular gradient sheet is going to be 1 over √7, which if you want, it can be rationalized, so the answer could be √7/7, but I'm happy to accept the answer as -1 over √7. Sorry, so the answer should be -√7/7. Sorry, not 7 over √7. So it should be √7. Sorry, it should be -√7/7 for question 11 if it's rationalized. If it's not rationalized, then that's fine. Okay, question 12, m is -√11. Flip that, and I'm going to get 1 over √11, which is √11/11 if it's rationalized. Okay, and that was it was just a short video, guys, looking at how to work out the perpendicular gradient sheet. So just to summarize, it's the gradient times by its negative reciprocal. So it's the negative reciprocal of that number or fraction. So it's flip it. If it's a positive, it becomes a negative. If it's a negative, it becomes a positive, and vice versa. So it's n times -1/n has to equal -1. So the product, so when I multiply the two gradients, it has to give me -1 as my answer. And that's to show show that two lines are perpendicular, okay, graphically. Okay, so I hope that actually made sense, guys. We're going to start looking at like equations of tangents, yeah, to like circles and curves, yeah, in the next few videos. Okay, so be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and also press the bell icon so you don't miss out on further videos. Okay, so that's it for today's lesson, guys. If you've got any questions, any queries, then put it in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye for now.